Well, here it is, the 2025 Ram 1500. And this one specifically is a Lone Star or a Bighorn if you don't live in Texas. And yes, we do have the SST 1500, which is straight six turbo, which is the new inline 3-liter engine, twin turbocharged. Pretty cool, and we'll look at that more in just a minute. Looking at the truck from the front, they did play with the front and rear fascias a little bit. We do have an even bigger grille up here, and the Ram signature, the Ram signage right at the front is even bigger and a little bit higher up. You can see there is my hand, there is the R. This is very big lettering right here, and you see that this one particular has some chrome elements right here. There are different grille elements to the different pieces, and the tungsten, the brand new, more luxurious version, has a more pronounced front fascia altogether. This one does still have, you know, steel bumpers and those kinds of things. And you can see radar sensor for adaptive cruise control, front tow hooks, things like that. So it is definitely still very trucky, and there's a lot of cool things to look at in the front end. And real quick, you can see that we also have the extended trailer equipped side view mirrors. But enough of that, let's look under the hood. Well, you have a nice little shroud right here. It says twin turbo on either side, but the engine is fore aft mounted or front to back, straight six, so just running right across there. And you can see very clearly actually two turbochargers, one down low, one up high. Each one is fed by 3 of the cylinders, so that allows them to use smaller turbos that spin up faster that way, and it's a pretty clever system. And we've got this nice big massive air box on the other side, and you know, pretty interesting stuff. Now this engine, the foundation of this engine actually started in the Grand Wagoneer. That was where it was first installed, but this application in truck, at least in my experience, is working really, really well. And yes, you do have windshield washer fluid. It is really easy to get right here. Looking at the truck in profile, you can see this is a big thing, and that means that we have plenty of room on the inside, which I will show you in just a minute. But here the truck looks pretty much the same as it did before, as it is, you know, not a new generation truck, just an update to this truck. This Lone Star has 18-inch wheels and mud and snow tires, all season tires, but you can get more aggressive tires for off-roading, especially on the Rebel trims, and you can get up to a 22-inch wheel on the Tungsten. Even though it is an 18-inch wheel, we have 65 series sidewalls here, so we have plenty of sidewall to work with, plenty to absorb bumps and things like that. So this is a pretty comfortable ride, even if it is a touch on the bouncy side. Before we get all the way to the back, I will show you we have a nice little side step right here. If you want to climb onto the tailgate, that's a nice little feature. Looking at the back of the truck, there it is, loud and proud, Ram right there. And as you can see, the Lone Star Edition. And we do have a 4-wheel drive version of that as well. We do have dual exhaust tips with this new 3-liter Inline-Six, but it is a single exhaust from the exhaust headers to and through the catalytic converter. Then it splits to dual exhaust. However, if you get the high output straight 6, that is true dual exhaust, 2 different headers all the way back. So that's an interesting distinction between the two, and it goes to show you that the high output Hurricane really can breathe well. Of course, you get nice fat class 4 trailer and hitch, wiring hookups, all that kind of stuff. And here's a quick look at the bed, courtesy of my stuff. You can see how big it is generally. We do also have AC power right there. But, you know, a lot more of the updates are technology inside. So let's definitely go check out the inside. This is a massive door. Look at that thing. So yeah, we have plenty of leg room, and the seat bottoms look nice and high for good thigh support as well. And, you know, look pretty comfortable. Before I get in though, I want to see, yep, super easy to fold them up, and that way you can get a lot of extra storage in here if you want it. pretty simple, and you do have a little bit of a shelf right here, so you can fit more stuff under here as well if you want. And this is a good time to show you that we have 4 USB ports, 2 Type A, 2 Type C, and AC power as well. So you have power opportunities here, no problem. And as I put the seat down, you can see that the seat back articulates with the seat bottom to really tuck it up. So that's a nice little ergonomics trick. You know, it's a little hard to get in, so let me show you something. The key fob has lock, unlock, all that kind of stuff. You can automatically open the tailgate if you want, which I'll do real quick just for fun. But check this out. This is equipped with the air suspension, which means that with 2 clicks, it'll automatically drop to its entry-exit air position, which is 50 millimeters or almost 2 inches drop. So hit that button twice, and you can hear the air compressors working, and you can see the truck sinking. Wow, yeah, that's a big drop. Oh yeah. Yeah, now I can hop right in. And indeed, I am 5 foot 11 inches or 181 centimeters tall, and I have plenty of leg room, which is pretty obvious. I also have nice high seat bottom, so good thigh support. I do have a good 2 or 3 inches of headroom, and I have a much less than 90-degree bend in my knees. I will put the other side down just to show you that I do also have an armrest with cup holders, because, come on man, got to have a drink back here. And we do also have 2 more cup holders up here, and I showed you all the USB ports and everything else, and we have nice little hooks right here if you just want to hang stuff. So yeah, plenty comfortable back here. Lots of room back here to store stuff, probably a bike, and pretty much anything you want. But let's go to the front. So there are RAMs that you can have a fully digital instrument cluster and 14.5-inch portrait mounted screen, and then a second 10.3-inch mounted passenger screen. This being the Lone Star, we do not have all that stuff, but we do still have lots of stuff. We do also have push button engine start on the key fob, by the way, but we'll just start it here. As you can see, we do have real gauges on either side, but then a center information screen that for me was easy to read, easy to use, so I had no problem with that at all. We also have lots of buttons on the steering wheel itself, drive modes, gear limit, cruise control stuff, and the rim itself is nice and big, easy to hold on to, no problem. We also have this nice big grab handle right here. We have a nice reminder that it's a RAM just above the instrument cluster, and we do have a head-up display as well. This is the 12-inch Uconnect 5 system. To me, this is plenty big, and it works well, it works fast, and I appreciate all that. But I appreciate even more that we do have real buttons for climate control, and we also have real buttons for trailer brake, and also here's another way to play around with that air suspension in the ride heights. We can turn off traction control right here, and there's also towing options. Another neat trick is this new center console can hold 2 smartphones and charge them both. So this is 2 wireless smartphone chargers right here, 1 smartphone in, plenty of room for a second. Also, if you look down low, we do have another AC outlet down at the bottom there. We also have more cup holders, of course, plenty of space. We can slide this forward if we want to have this tray, and we have more trays, more space all over. So yeah, plenty of space. Back to the air suspension, there's these 5 different levels. The lowest one is entry exit that I was talking about. Then there's that highway arrow, so that drops you 15 millimeters or 0.6 of an inch from standard. Then we have the standard ride height, we have an elevator ride, and we can go up to 50 millimeters above the standard ride height for more off-roading. This is Uconnect 5 in the Ram 1500 now, and generally speaking, it works really well. You have a lot of push button controls here, but you also have hard controls around it, as I showed you. So it's a really good system. It's definitely above average. The Prindle is this dial right here, and everything is the dial. So it starts in P, reverse, neutral drive, all the way back to park. We do have an electric parking brake. It is right down here. Looking up, we do have more buttons for controls up here, and because we don't have any kind of moonroof or anything like that, we have plenty of headroom. We do also have drive modes. They are right on the steering wheel here. As you can see, I have snow, tow, sport, off-road, and auto. And I basically drove the whole thing in auto and I enjoyed it just fine. But, you know, if you want to play around with drive modes, you have that option. So there you have it, a closer look at the 2025 Ram 1500. I'm Robin Warner. Thank you very much for watching. This is a 2025 Ram 1500, an updated version of the 5th generation Ram truck with